Aaron.
Yes.
If you were a 14-year-old girl and a 30-year-old man started texting you, would you respond?
Okay. Am I famous, and is the guy texting me Drake?
Actually, yes.
Okay, I was not expecting that answer, but let me think about that, and I'll get back to you later on in the show. Where we make Kent feel like Hollywood, this is the Blurb.
Hi, I'm Michael Vicario.
And I'm Erin Keller.
YouTuber Shane Dawson has uploaded his first part in an 8-part series called The Mind of Jake Paul. Shane plans to get into depth of why Jake is the way he is. He states that he doesn't plan to hold back on Jake and wants to get to the core of why he's doing such crazy things. This series will include Jake discovering if Jake Paul is the psychopath everyone claims he is. He plans to expose Jake on all of the stuff he has done in the past and see where he will go after the series. The rest of the 8-part series will continue into next week, so grab your popcorn because it's going to be intense. Get ready to feel all the chills this October. Making a Murderer has announced their second installment to Netflix for October 19th. The crime show addicts are ready. The next part of the documentary series will follow the appeals of Stephen Avery and his nephew Brendan Dassey. If you're in need of some more spine-chilling this October, be sure to catch the newest edition of the hit docu-series, Making a Murderer.
Okay guys, it's finally happening. Space Jam 2 is in the works. Spring Hill Entertainment announced the highly anticipated sequel to the 1996 movie starring NBA legend Michael Jordan. Filling in the Air Jordans will be none other but the kid from Akron, Ohio, LeBron James. Production is in talks to begin in the 2019 off-season of the NBA. And another classic sequel is about to be larger than life. Life Size is coming back. Tyra Banks will reprise her role as Eve and has been pushing for Lindsay Lohan to join the cast. The movie will premiere this December as a part of Freeform's 25 Days of Christmas. Banks also stated that she will dust off her vocal cords and record a new version of the tune Be a Star. The sequel is more grown up and will be made for fans of the original movie. And great news for Marshmallows. Veronica Mars is back after 14 years. Kristen Bell has been in talks with producers about playing the role. The series last aired on the CW back in 2004. The show will only be on Hulu and is set to premiere sometime next year.
A spoonful of sugar helps the excitement go up. The Mary Poppins Returns trailer was released last week, and it may just be too much for us to handle. Although the release date isn't set for another few months, December 19th, the Lin-Manuel Miranda and Emily Blunt musical to end all musicals is finally hinting at what the movie will be like. And it is magical. Set to take place 25 years after the first movie ended, Mary Poppins Returns will bring back the majority of the original cast, and the show, the once adventurous Michael and Jane regain the wonder and adventure they held as kids. Warner Brothers released the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. The trailer released that the character Nagini will be in the film. Nagini later becomes one of Lord Voldemort's pet serpent and is played by Claudia Kim. The studio had not disclosed the character that Kim would portray in the film until now. The film also stars Johnny Depp and Jude Law and is set to hit theaters on November 16th.
The mother of dragons is now the girl with the dragon tattoo. Emilia Clarke showed off her new wrist tattoo to commemorate her role on the beloved HBO show Game of Thrones. The ink is of her character's 3 dragons, forever reminding her of her role on the show. As Game of Thrones approaches its final season, plans are in the works to help fans keep the beloved Westeros alive. HBO announced it will be creating some of the show's most popular scenes for fans to visit. The set will be built in Northern Ireland and may use props including many of the ones on the show's 8 seasons.
They finally put a smile on that face. Joaquin Phoenix has revealed a sneak peek of himself with his Joker makeup. The look is not very close to the original, but still has a major creep factor. Phoenix's Joker will be different than the comics, but still include many aspects from the original story. The movie is set to come out October of 2019.
Disney CEO Bob Iger finally spoke out about the firing of director James Gunn. Gunn is the creative genius behind Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2 and was set to direct the third installment. The director was fired in July after decade-old tweets resurfaced. Disney stated that the tweets were inconsistent with the studio's values and that he would not return as a director. This past week, Iger stated that the firing of Gunn was brought to him as a unanimous decision and that he still supports it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was set to begin production in early 2019, but has since been placed on hold. Now, if you turned in last week, you may know that internet trolls are bullying 5-month-old True Thompson for the color of her skin. Luckily, she has her family to back her up. Khloe Kardashian commented to the people showing love for True instead of hate. She stated that she is blocking out the white noise of those who want to make rude comments towards her daughter. Good for you, Khloe. And LA might have taken LeBron from Cleveland, but now we're taking a Kardashian from them. That's right, Khloe Kardashian is moving back to the land with Cavaliers star Tristan Thompson and their daughter True. The family spent the summer in LA rebuilding their relationship. The cross-country move is hard for Khloe and her sisters. Kourtney Kardashian posted pictures with Khloe on her Instagram saying, quote, "I miss you already." The Cavaliers season begins on October 2nd.
Kanye West is moving back to Chicago. Maybe. Kanye has stated that he wants to make a permanent return to Chicago very soon. But don't freak out because Kim isn't even worried. Kim stated that Kanye changes his mind too much for her to have a serious concern. But if Kanye does decide to move back to the Windy City, he will be leaving his family behind because Kim says she's not moving anytime soon. Kanye West is not holding back on anyone who disrespects his Kanye West response to Nick Cannon after he spoke about Kim in an interview. For those who don't know, Nick and Kim used to date until they split in 2012. Kanye responded telling Nick to back off and not bring Kim anytime. But this isn't all. Kanye also had to warn Drake. Many have assumed that Kim is Kiki from Drake's new song, In My Feelings. Kanye addressed these allegations and told him basically that he's a liar, and even if it is true, he's immature for bringing her up. And finally, Kanye addressed the feud between Kim and Tyson Beckford. Kanye told Tyson to not speak of Kim and that all he's bringing his negativity to their once happy family. And the fight continues. Yes, Eminem and MGK are still going at it. After Eminem released his response called Not Alike, MGK comes back again, talking about Eminem's daughter, saying that Haley must be bored while his dad's at the studio. We're expecting a comeback very soon, and we'll update you next week. Stick around for more gossip about all your favorite celebs.
Say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite.
Unearth hidden passion.
Mama, have a good time.
Hidden seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
Change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first little thing that helps to change a life.
People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Welcome back. Little Xan overdosed earlier today. Well, kinda. The rapper was rushed to the hospital after eating too many flaming hot Cheetos. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is that even possible? Trust me, I had my suspicions too, but Little Xan's doctors say the spices in the Cheetos tore a small hole in his stomach. Xan announced that he is okay and that he will be moving on with his tour. It's been almost 2 months since Demi Lovato's apparent overdose. Ever since, Demi has been leaning on her ex-boyfriend and friend Wilmer Valderrama. The two dated for 6 years before calling it quits back in 2016. It's said that Wilmer has been one of the only people who have been supporting Demi after returning home. And after the sudden overdose of her daughter Demi Lovato, Diana de la Garza has been speaking out about the incident in the aftermath of the event. Garza said that Demi is, quote, happy, she's healthy, and she's working on her sobriety. She's getting the help she needs. Then she added, that in itself encourages me about her future in the future of our family. Our thoughts go out to Lovato as she's fighting this with her after her homecoming this week. Now, Michael, we touched on it earlier, but do you know what's going on with Drake and Millie Bobby Brown?
I heard about it, yeah.
All right. Well, in case you missed it, our reporter Nadine is here to tell us everything we need to know. Nadine?
Thanks, Erin. This week, Millie Bobby Brown is done with people questioning her friendship with Drake. If you didn't already know, 14-year-old Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown and 31-year-old Toronto rapper Drake hit it off when they first met last November. The two have spent the last couple of months constantly supporting each other on social media, whether it was posting pictures together or commenting on each other's posts. Accusations of predatory vibes coming from Drake sparked from a recent interview Millie had on the Emmys gold carpet last Monday. In the interview, Millie was asked how her friendship with Drake was going. Millie stated that she just got a text from him the other day saying he missed her. She even shared that their bond is so strong that she even goes to him when she needs help with boys. Shortly after, like no surprise, social media began to explode with thousands of comments regarding the two's friendship. One tweet that really went viral stated that Drake was grooming Millie like any child predator would, insinuating that he was preparing her for him when she is of age. This being the last straw for her, Millie went on Instagram to address the situation, stating, "Why you gotta make a lovely friendship your headline?" She continued with, "I'm blessed to have amazing people in my life. You don't get to choose that for me. Now get back to talking about real problems in this world other than my friendships." Drake's reps haven't said anything about the drama, but I'm sure if he needs to vent, we all know who he's gonna call.
All right, so when we were talking about this before the show, I was like, girl, if Blake wanted to make my hotline bling anytime, he can do it.
Oh, for sure.
But then
100%.
I got thinking, I'm 22 and Millie Bobby Brown is 14. So.
You know, it's kind of a tough situation for me. I love Drake, and I know if he was trying to call me, I would be answering.
Yeah.
So,
Michael, a guy's point of view?
See, I agree. I can agree with the fact that, yeah, it is kind of creepy when you think about it, but I guess you also kind of got to think about this from her perspective. You know, that would be kind of cool to be texted by Drake. It's Drake. But, you know, I mean, I guess you kind of got to see both sides of the situation.
All right. Well, thank you, Nadine.
no problem. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And more Drizzy news, Drake is suing a woman who he says falsely accused him of raping and impregnating her. In April of 2017, Layla Lace took to Instagram claiming the rapper got her pregnant and ghosted her. She later deleted her account when went on Sirius XM Radio Shade 45 channel reaffirming the claims. Drake filed a lawsuit last week against Lace, accusing her of a civil case, emotional distress, and fraud, defamation, and abuse of process. Drake says everything the two did was consensual. Lace has not commented on the lawsuit. Soon, Knight will be spending time behind bars. The music mogul struck a plea deal for fatally running her over and killing a man in 2015. He was initially charged with 1 count of murder and 2 counts on a hit and run. Knight turned himself into authorities but was denied bail due to his criminal past. Per his agreement, Knight will spend 28 years in a state prison starting October 4th.
Bill Cosby has been sentenced to 10 years in jail. Cosby is facing these charges after being accused of sexual assault from 2004. Cosby was supported to receive 30 years for these charges, but his lawyer made an agreement for Cosby to only serve 10 years. Cosby, who is now 81, is expected to spend the rest of his life in jail.
The hashtag #WhyDidn'tIReport first appeared on Twitter on September 21st and has been used by many to help those involved in sexual assault to feel less alone and come forward if they do feel comfortable sharing. The hashtag first came in circulation after President Trump questioned Professor Christine Blasey Ford on Twitter, saying, quote, "I have no doubt that in the attack on Dr. Ford was as bad as she says. Charges would have been immediately filed with local law enforcement by either her or her loving parents. I ask that she bring those filings forward so that we can learn date and time and place." Since the hashtag first began, many have stepped out, including Riverdale's actress Lily Reinhart, actress Myra Cervano, hashtag #MeToo movement supporter Ashley Judd, along with many others. According to a statement from Ford's lawyers, she is set to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee to, quote, "provide her firsthand knowledge of Brett Kavanaugh's sexual misconduct." Don't touch your remote. We'll be right back with more celebrity news.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Welcome back. In other unimportant news, Kylie Jenner tried milk and cereal together for the first time. And yes, she is 21 and a mother. Jenner received backlash after posting the news on Snapchat and Twitter. But as they say, no publicity is bad publicity, because Snapchat had so many replies about her newfound love for milk and cereal that they made a community story where people could talk all about their opinions on this exciting matter. We all know Tony Hawk's name, but would you recognize him if he was out in public? Skateboarder Tony Hawk has been tweeting recently that his fans no longer know who he is. Hawk says that he often gets people telling him that he resembles himself, and rarely anyone catches him on to who he is. His tweets have gotten thousands of likes by those who still know who he is. We have our reporter Gianna here to tell you why Selena Gomez decided to take on a sudden break from social media. Gianna?
Thanks, guys. This past week, singer Selena Gomez has announced that she will be taking a break from social media for a while. Gomez posted the news on her Instagram with a live video sharing her reasonings for the break and explaining her struggles with anxiety and depression. She talked about a wide variety of things, starting from her middle name all the way to how she focuses while she studies. That was the last chat before she announced that she's going to take a break from social media once again. Her fans, of course, had many questions that she tried to answer with the best of her ability. Gomez states that as much as she is grateful for the voice that social media gives her, she equally is grateful to be able to step back and live her life in the present. Gomez also stated that she doesn't understand why having such a large social media following is such a big deal, even though she is grateful for her large fan base. This is easy for her to say since she has had them since she was on the Wizards of Waverly Place way back in 2007. She also discussed that in her live video that she suffered from depression for a total of 5 years now. She said that some of these feelings come from comments on her social media where people were trying to pick her apart even when she felt like she was doing everything right. One last big announcement is that her new album will be coming out very shortly. It has taken Gomez about 3 years to make her new album, which is believed to be her best one yet. That's it for the Scoop on Selena. I'm Gianna Dupre, and you're watching The Blurb. Back to you, Michael.
Thanks, Gianna. Pete Davidson returned to social media after deleting his Instagram post back in July. The Saturday Night Live comedian posted a photo or a video of the paparazzi taking his picture. The star told fans there is nothing wrong and that he just doesn't want to be on social platforms anymore. But we're glad he's back now. The new season of Saturday Night Live premieres this Saturday. And this is the part where Ariana breaks free. After a few rough weeks, Ariana Grande is taking some much-needed time off. Following the sudden passing of her ex-boyfriend Mac Miller, Grande went through a roller coaster of emotions. The God is a Woman singer opened up about her coping with anxiety and PTSD after her Manchester show back in May 2017. In a statement to People magazine, Grande's team said, quote, Grande will be staying close to home and using this period to spend time with her loved ones and working on music without deadline. She thanks her fans for their understanding, end quote. To reassure her fans and her supporters, Grande took to Twitter on September 22nd saying everything will be okay, and then later followed that post with a post saying, I love you V much. While Ari takes a well-deserved break, this is a perfect opportunity to jam out to some of her album Sweetener, and hopefully we'll see a return soon. And back to Pete Davidson, he is following in his fiance's footsteps. Davidson recently got the same exact tattoo Ariana has on the back of her neck. The tattoo says Millie Tendris, meaning 1,000 tenderness from Breakfast at Tiffany's. This isn't the first tattoo he's gotten from his fiancée. Davidson also has her initials on his thumb, the Black Dangerous Woman bunny symbol, and a portrait of the pet pig the two have together.
Rihanna just gets better and better. As if Rihanna wasn't busy enough, she has now been elected to be the ambassador for Barbados. She will be promoting education, tourism, and investment for the Caribbean island. She says she is honored to accept the role and focus on bettering the community. Noah Cyrus is having a good cry and making a profit off of it. In preparation for her new album release, Noah partnered with clothing company Pizza Lime on a limited merch line. Some of the collection includes shirts featuring her father, Billy Ray Cyrus, face tattooed with words, achy breaky, a mug that reads, quote, Noah's Tears, and sweatshirts that say, quote, sorry, I'm trash, Noah Cyrus sucks, and sadness. The most notable in the collection is a veil of Noah's Tears, selling for $12,000. According to product description, the bottle contains approximately 12 tears made by Noah as a result of sadness. We all know worn down Converse is the best way to wear them, but Golden Goose has taken worn out to a new level. The high-end Italian fashion brand started selling $530 sneaks that look as if they had been through much more than just a trip to the shoe store. Some have even started calling out Golden Goose for glamorizing poverty and the distressed look that some can't see as a look, but as a way that they live. Others believe that this is just simply another look like distressed jeans or worn shirts.
In more fashion news, Michael Kors has announced he will be buying Versace. Kors told fans that he plans to buy Versace for $2.1 billion in a bid with Europe. This is the biggest effort by Kors to build his empire. If achieved, this will end the independence of the most prominent standalone fashion brands. 21-year-old Australian model Madeline Stewart is on her way to becoming the first ever Down syndrome model with Victoria's Secret. Stewart walked 8 shows this past week at New York Fashion Week. She has become very popular and says that nothing will stop her from achieving her dreams on being a model for VS. Stewart wants to show the world that she is known for something other than having Down syndrome. There's still so much more celebrity news to share, so don't move. We'll be right back.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy. And giving up, impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
What's your reaction gonna be? Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods,
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world. There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
The votes are in. Through dreadful musicians to very unique performances that fans of America's Got Talent had to endure watching this season, a winner has finally been crowned. After months of watching the talent show and voting for favorites, the winner of season 13 of America's Got Talent is Shin Lim, magician and sleight of hand extraordinaire. Lim is only the second magician to ever win the show, and what a deserving win it was. Although he's only 26, the Canadian American took home the $1 million prize, a headlining Vegas show, and he was even recently given a spot as an illusionist on the show The Illusionists. So if you're having post-AGT syndrome and can't wait until next summer for more auditions, be sure to catch a Shin Lim performance from November 23rd to December 30th. America's Got Talent Golden Buzzer favorite has been arrested for domestic violence this past Thursday. Michael Ketterer was arrested on the felony charge called in by an unknown source and was released with a $50,000 bail. Ketterer got Simon Cowell's Golden Buzzer this past season on AGT and was a finalist this season.
And Maroon 5 will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show this upcoming football season. Special guest appearances have not been finalized, but many think Travis Scott and Cardi B may have a chance. Some people have expressed upset over the decision via social media, saying that an Atlanta native should have been chosen to perform. The NFL's finest will suit up for Super Bowl 53 on February 3rd.
I'm sorry to all Grey's Anatomy fans, but it looks like this may be the last season. Star Ellen Pompeo feels that they need no more stories to tell after the season. She has hinted that she wants to explore other aspects of her career and is excited to see what the future will hold. The new season airs this Thursday on ABC, so get your tissues and prepared for this to be the end. All right, Aaron. What's happening this week in Hollywood? For more pop culture news, you can follow our Twitter and Instagram at TV2 The Blurb.
And for exclusive content, be sure to check us out on KentWire.com. Now get back to your homework, kids. We'll see you next time. Woo!
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Once
we love tea.
It's not my first time bartending, so
It's a sausage party in here.
it's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing, totally last thing,
Yeah.
is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to...
What?
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.